I'm a reviewer. Let the reviews be joined. Hello guys, Dinobot here. I'm back. After a long hiatus with a bad camera problems and other issues, I'm back to being able to sit and actually do reviews. And here my first review on my return. I'm going to actually do it on the Fox Kids repaint of Dinobot. This one, as you can probably tell, it's just like the original. There's no real difference. It's the exact same mold from the original Dinobot that on the review I've done. What happened with this is when this show was running on the air, it got transferred over to Fox, and basically Fox Kids was the kids part of the programming, and they just did Fox Kids, and this was the Fox Kids repaint of Dinobot. I have to admit, on this one, I had my first saw about it, I was like, I don't know about it, but after I've gotten it and I've looked at it, I actually like the repaint they did up to a degree, because I love if you've seen I'm going to actually bring the original one in here, so you can see a little bit of his color comparison, how he's got the lighter detail here on his legs and stuff, where, as you can see in his beast mode here, you have the darker ones for the Fox Kids repaint. I like the dark detail on it. I do like that on it. That's the one main thing I like of the whole figure. Other than that, the red I kind of can go away with if they had actually used their paint from the original one onto this one. I think would have made this figure a lot better, or at least the color for it. I mean, not the mold itself. But again, it's a great detail figure. One of the other things I have issue with this beast form is, if you look right up here, the eyes all green, where with the original one, I'll bring him right back in and just bring his face into it. You can see he's got like the reptilian eyes, so I'm not sure how well that's coming out on the camera. But also, an issue on this one, I never spoke on my first video of it, is if you look, to me it looks kind of like he's looking up with the reptilian eyes, but it's still good little detail they added on this figure. But this is, like, again, this is the Fox Kids repaint. It's just a green eye, which kind of is a homage to the original Dinobot Grimlock in a way, because that's how his eyes were. They were one solid color. Granted, they weren't green, but still. Otherwise, there's no difference really between the two figures. It's just the exact same mold, just different paint job. I'm going to try and go a little bit more detail than what I did in my previous video. We'll take the weapon off here, and I'm going to show off it some. As you know from my previous one, you can split this open, and it's like the spinning blade with the sword. And it's got of course, the same little feature where you push the little button and it spins, which is pretty cool. But you get this little innuendo, which I guess most people will kind of figure out. Kind of looks bad for it, but still, it's cool. It's a cool weapon for his character, on the show. I really like the way he done it. I kind of wish they'd done more with the sword here. Put like more silver or something on here, like they did on the inside. They could have kept this dark, but put the silver on this part of it too. Probably would have made it look really cool and more accurate to what was on the show. But again, you can pull these out, and you can separate them out, individual weaponry and all. But there's also something else I'm going to show on the later part once I get this guy transformed. But it's the same transformation. But one other thing, again, I don't like this. I think this was still a bad choice on their part. One thing I wish they had done, or could have done with the mold, is with his feet here. If they had done something where it could have flipped maybe back into the upper part of his thighs here, where it won't look so bulky, then maybe his claws could have reached out further, or at least looked over them. It would look better in beast form. But we'll keep going right off the bat, and you start off here, you pull this panel back, pull it up, and I normally go ahead and you pull your feet down, which you pull them straight down on both sides. You can go ahead and twist them around basically at the knee joint area for them, and you can go ahead and flip these whole side panels here up and around. Do it again on this side, up and around. And I normally just flip the 4 claws, or the claws for the beast mode, all the way back and around. It doesn't really show you have to do that. I kind of think it's a neat little, gets them out of the way. Bring the arms down, the legs down. Oop. Forgive my guy, he's real tight on him. And you can flip the claws back down. Again, flip the claws down. You need to swivel right here at the upper, right above the shoulder, or the elbow, to bend them around for the articulation for that. And then down here at the bottom, let's not forget his feet. You pull, just basically tilt the foot up, and the other back heel part of the foot will come out. Just straighten them out. Same on this side. And you can stand them up. And then for the up here, you bring the beast head down, and then you split right here to be able to flip that panel down. And this is basically, and you can bring his back section all the way up to out of the way. And this is basically Dinobot back into his robot form. Again, this is another nitpick I have with this figure, is this right here. These are basically what they said you do. You can do like this and have him be like a mutant beast form, mutant robot form, whatever. Which I could really do without this at all on both figures. But again, I'm going to bring the original in just to show the little color distinction between the two of them. You can see how there's darker in the shoulders and the legs. Of course, on this Dinobot over this one. He's got the darker headpiece. No real light piping on this guy either. Same with this one. This one looked like that actually does have a little bit if you lean it in the right, just like, because of the way his eyes are. But again, the exact same mold. They actually used this mold several times. There was another figure they released of actual white version of this, what they named him Grimlock. And I think they used the mold again on at least a couple others. One in like Beast Machines. I think they did another one where they basically added like a hammerhead shell to the top of it for another figure. You know, so they reused this mold several times. But another tidbit on this one, when they repainted this and redid it, when Grimlock came out, they actually had it where he has his with the rub decal on one of his shoulders. So I mean, that's, you know, good for G1 reference for the Grimlock figure. But, you know, not a whole lot of difference between them. You know, just different colors is all it is. Of course, you got the blue face and the red face, darker tint. Like I said before, I wish they'd really use this color on him, on the G1, or this Dinobot. But just like before, with this, the original, you just open his claws up, and you can see the holes here, and you can post his weapons inside his hand, and then flip his claws over it, where he's holding it. Which, I have to admit, that is one detail on this figure I really like, is the way they claws, because if you watch the show, his hand was kind of designed like this, where he had 3 fingers on one side, 2 on the other. But it's still a great look for him. I do wish they kind of cover this up some for the outside, especially when he was in robot form, but that's another little nitpick. But I did notice something that I forgot to mention in my previous video with this Dinobot, but I will go ahead and show it off of this one as well. You can keep his little tail butt piece here down and put his tail back in place, and you can still keep him, you know, his robot form, and you got a little storage area for the weapons if you don't want to have him holding them. I mean, it does kind of look bad, but if he's in the background, you probably won't really notice it. But still, a nice little tidbit there. But I mean, this is a great figure. Both of them are great figures, or at least the mold is. Now, going off, if I would recommend getting this guy, if you're a Dinobot fan like I am, and that was the main reason I got him, I would recommend getting them just because the mold. I mean, the mold is okay. It's on a 1 to 10 scale. I give it about a 6. Just a little bit of here and there that could have been a little bit better. Not much different. You know, not much tweaking I think would have done much to it. But again, this is Dinobot coming back. I'm back again trying to do reviews. Hopefully you guys are liking these reviews and enjoying them as much as I am doing them. But I should be making them a lot more off of these with my new camera and stuff. But before I sign off on this video, I just gotta say it's been fun doing these, and I'm gonna surprise you guys by telling you not only what my next review is going to be, but my next 2 reviews. I want to set this guy to the side. My next review is going to be, as you've seen before, I do a review on a figure and I do a review on a comic. My next review will be, of course, on a comic, and it's going to be on Transformers issue number 3 from the original series. And look who's guest starred in this one. Spider-Man. Great addition. This is one of the only issues where Spider-Man appears, or any other superhero really appeared in the comic of Transformers, aside from the Avengers, which was, you know, years later. But this is the next review, and then not long after that, my following review will be on a figure I just recently finally managed to get 100% complete, and that's going to be my G1 Starscream. I hope you guys stick around and come back and watch these reviews when I get these up and running. But this is Dinobot Maximized saying I hope you like, comment, and subscribe down below, and share it as well with your friends. But this is Dinobot Maximized saying I'm signing out, and see y'all soon.